Access! There are people you just feel good to be around. You laugh when they laugh, and you naturally start to imitate the way they talk. Does that mean you're in love? Nope, not really. This is actually a phenomenon that psychologists call emotional contagion, and they say that it occurs more often and stronger when two people are closer together. So I guess it's not completely far off from the emotion of love, right? Our emotions are contagious, so even through our eyes, or through our mannerisms or facial expressions, we can convey our feelings and our thoughts. Aren't you glad that we have this kind of ability? It was Can't Say No by Ollie Murs. And yeah, like my band Royal Pirates, we developed this thing where we kind of, I don't know, we get influenced by each other and we start to, like I said, we start to imitate each other's habits or mannerisms. So we start like saying the similar things and like, you know, we used to talk about telepathy and like we would start singing the same song at the same time and we would make the same facial expressions and yeah, I think these emotions are contagious. Yes, and here's a quick look at our weekend corners for our Saturday show. It's time to tell us all about the text messages and SNS posts and messages that are meaningful to you. It's a corner for you to brag about your online and mobile social life through My Text and Message. That's during the first and second hour for Saturdays. And Sundays are for us to wrap up the week by looking back at what happened by writing down our thoughts as though we would write in our journals or diary. A letter to a friend or family member is also welcome. And we'll be back with Scribble Scribble tomorrow. And here's how you can listen and participate. You can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio application on your smartphones. And you can also send us messages through the app using the comment function. And you can also listen to us by visiting our website, www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess, and leave your messages there on our message board. And another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju-do Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. You all have been sending in some great song requests, so keep them coming by posting up messages on our message board under the title, of course, Request. All right, let's listen to two songs before we come back with My Text and Message. We're going to listen to Blank Space by Taylor Swift and I'm Not the Only One by Sam Smith. Reading your messages again and again. Reading through the messages I sent again and again. The messages I wait for. The messages that make me laugh. The messages that are precious to me. My Text and Message. Our special corner in corner for Saturdays, My Text and Message, is all about sharing the social media or text message that was the most memorable for you from the week gone by. And it could have been a message that made you really happy or angry or something that made you laugh out loud or a message that made you really, really frustrated. And let us know which message was the most memorable. Also, share with us some of the messages that you keep saved in your mobile device and why. Just write hashtag MyText on your message. All right. First message is from Robin from Canada. Hi, DJ Moon. Hi, Robin from Canada. What's up? I hope you're enjoying your weekend. Sure am. I also hope it's not too late to submit my text that I just received. My former coworker, who is also a good friend, told me that she's moving back to Vancouver from Toronto, probably to escape the cold winter. And we're meeting up for dinner on Tuesday night to catch up. I'm so happy, and I can't wait to meet up with her. Take care, Oppa, and don't practice too hard, as you should take care of your voice for your upcoming concert. You're going to rock hard. Robin, thank you very much, Robin, for your message. That's good that your good friend is moving back to Vancouver from Toronto. That's good, and I love these news when all my friends, some of my friends, I used to live in the states, so some of my friends they visit Korea often, and I love it when they come over and we can hang out and catch up because I haven't seen them in such a long time, and it's always good to catch up with an old friend, right? Something about old friends back from when you're a student. It's like you just feel close to them even though you haven't really seen them for a long time. So I'm happy for you, Robin, and thank you for caring about my voice. And I will take care of my voice until my upcoming concert. Thank you very much, Robin. All right, let's listen to two songs before we move on. Sorry by Justin Bieber, requested by Unita from Indonesia, and Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen, requested by Nana from Japan. You just heard Sorry by Justin Bieber, requested by Unita from Indonesia, and Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen, requested by Nana from Japan. And you're listening to Music Access with me, Moon, of the Royal Pirates. And next text message is from Frida. Frida from Malaysia. Last Wednesday, my old friend from school chatted me up and told me that we were going to have a reunion next month. And it makes me excited. It's already 8 years since high school, so I feel excited but burdened too. I want to see my old friends and they're changing, but it's burdensome as well. Like how if they're more successful than me, that feeling makes me think that should I go to the reunion or not? I understand. Yeah, it could be burdensome. But man, back in high school, I was like, me and Suyun, we were just like always together making music during high school. We didn't really get to make that many friends outside of just us, so we don't really like care about reunion. But I understand. It's really curious to see how these high school friends changed, and it will be a good experience as well. But don't feel too burdensome about if they're gonna be more successful than you, because everybody in life has a different pace. Like you don't have to be successful when you're 30. That's everybody has their own story. So like nobody's gonna look down on you if you're not that successful. I mean, if you're working towards your goal, and if you're working hard, I mean, and if you're really just proud of yourself, it should be fine, and people aren't gonna look down on you. And don't compare yourself with other people. That's never ending, and you're never going to be satisfied. There's always going to be someone more successful than you, right? So don't worry too much, Frida, from Malaysia, and have fun. Just go and have fun, all right? All right, we'll come back after two songs. We're going to listen to One Call Away by Charlie Puth, requested by Ealing from Malaysia, and Take Me Home by Jess Klein, requested by Shelly from Indonesia. I'm only one. That was One Call Away by Charlie Puth, requested by Yi Ling from Malaysia, and Take Me Home by Jess Glynn, requested by Shelly from Indonesia. And I hope to see a lot of your text messages from my text and message next week as well. Tell me about the messages that made you laugh, or smile, or moved you to tears, or made you really, really sad or mad. And it can be a message that you received or a message you sent yourself, all right? Just remember to write my text on your title before you post up your messages, and I'll introduce them the best I can during this time every week. All right, starting now until the end of the second hour, we're going to take a look at what our Music Access family members have been doing this week from Monday through Friday, what you're all doing right now, and what your plan for this weekend is through my message. All right, you guys are the stars here, so make sure you send your stories to our message board. All right, let's take a look at another message from our dearest Music Access family. It's from Sarah Gluick from USA. This was a very hard week at work for me. I had a very big project finishing for one of our biggest customers, and I was very, very, very stressed. On top of that, so many other people kept asking me for help when I do not have any extra time to spare. In the past, I would get anxious and irritated, but what I did this time was take out the RP Season's greetings to keep me from going crazy. I had the card with you on it that said, One Day at a Time, and the one of Exy that said, Choose Happy. And I kept remembering that all week long. It was like you guys were cheering me on. My project is finished now without anything crazy happening, and it's time to enjoy the weekend. Thank you, Moon and Exy. Loves, hugs, and smiles. Sarah Glick, I'm glad that our Royal Pirates postcard made you happy. And yes, that was the exact intention that we had in mind when we started making those postcards. We just put like a little sayings on the cards, like you said, one day at a time, choose happy, smile, something like that. It was something for you guys to sometimes look at, and maybe it could be like a swift of change of mind. And I'm glad that it worked on you, Sarah. And I'm glad your project finished without anything going crazy. And thank you very much for your loves, hugs, and smiles. Thank you very much, Sarah Gluick. Send your message again. Thank you very much. All right, let's listen to two songs before we move on. We're gonna listen to "Who Are You" by Boa featuring Keko, and "Without You" by Royal Pirates, requested by Catherine from Canada. That was "Who Are You" by Boa featuring Gecko, and "Without You" by the Royal Pirates, requested by Catherine from Canada. And you're listening to Music Access with me, Moon of the Royal Pirates. All right, let's take a look at our next message for our Saturday Corner, my text and message. All right, this one is from Yani from Indonesia. Hello, Moon. It's me, Yani from Indonesia. Hello, Yani. This is Moon from Korea. I couldn't stream for 2 days, but I'm glad I can hear your honey voice again today. Oh, thank you very much, Yani. Now, I can't wait to see you guys on Beyond concert this March. I hope you give the best performance ever for us to enjoy it. That I will, Yani. Look forward to it. And I believe you will. So good luck and take care for your health. See you there, Mooney. Love you a lot. Thank you very much, Yani. I love you too. But you're coming all the way from Indonesia? Oh my God, that's amazing. Thank you very much, Yani. And I hope you're bringing friends over too. And this Beyond concert, yes, I'll try to give my best performance, 100%, 200% for you guys to enjoy. All right, thank you very much. And there's an important announcement for all of you here on Music Access. We have some changes going on for our corner days. Karen's All That K will be coming back on Mondays, and Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus with Jane and Shihan will be moving over to Tuesdays, while Sam's Men and Music will be switching over to Wednesdays. All right? And Kyun and Hayoung's Obla Di Obla Da will be staying put on Thursdays, and Jay and Yuki's Buddy Buddy will also remain on Fridays. Got that? All right, we had to make changes to some of the days due to scheduling conflicts. I hope you guys understand, right? And although they will be coming in on different days, that the fun that we have on the individual corners will be the same. So I hope you guys remember the days and keep tuning into all of your favorite corners. All right. And here's some information about our Music Access SNS account. I'm adding a hashtag in front of all of our Music Access corner names. And that is because I want you guys to easily find out more about our corners and show online through SNS. And if you put www.arirangradio.com/music access into your internet browser, you will come into our newly renovated homepage where you're going to see a link to our Music Access SNS. It's the popular one that starts with I. You guys all know it, right? And you guys already use. The address is music_access, and you can follow us there and keep us up to date on all that's happening out there. All right. I'll come back after listening to two songs. 봄 사랑 벚꽃 말고 by High4 featuring IU, and 벚꽃 Ending by Busker Busker, requested by Karen from USA. You just listened to 봄 사랑 벚꽃 말고 by High4 featuring IU, and 벚꽃 Ending by Busker Busker, requested by Karen from USA. And it's already the end of the first hour. No. And right after a short break, we're going to continue on with our Saturday Corner, My Text and Message. But in the second hour, we're going to introduce the messages that were sent to us by you, our listeners. So make sure to stay tuned. And I'm gonna play for you Anna Molly by Incubus, requested by Shelly from Indonesia. And I'll be right back.
Music Access.
You're listening to Music Access with me, Music Access DJ, RP's Moon. And our first song starting off the second hour of the show for Saturday, March 5th was I Like It When You Smile by Harry Connick Jr., requested by Sarah from USA. And here's how you can listen and participate. You can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio application on your smartphones. And you can also send us messages through the app using the comment function. And you can also listen to us by visiting our website, www.arirang.radio.com/music access. That's arirangradio.com, all right? And leave your messages there on our message board. And another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju-do Island. All right, the frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. All right, we'll listen to two songs before we come back with more messages. And we're going to listen to Sugar by Maroon 5, requested by Yumi from Japan. And Confident by Demi Lovato, requested by Anne Sophie from Malaysia. That was Sugar by Maroon 5, requested by Yumi from Japan, and Confident by Demi Lovato, requested by Anne Sophie from Malaysia. And I'm Moon Kim of the Royal Pirates, of course, the host for Music Access. And you're listening to our Saturday Corner, My Text and Message. And continuing on from the first hour, we'll be introducing your messages sent in to us here at Music Access, and we'll also listen to your song requests as well. All right. This message is from Daphne from USA. Forever waiting for Royal Pirates come to do a show in LA. I'm waiting forever to do a show in LA too. You guys have so many fans here in LA area. I bet you don't miss the SoCal weather, huh? LOL, the weather is so bipolar lately. In the mornings, I'm freezing, and by the afternoons, I'm dying of dehydration. How's the weather like over there? And what's your favorite season, and why? All right, Daphne, to answer your questions, actually, I kind of miss the SoCal weather sometimes. You know, not all the time, but sometimes I miss it, you know? I just miss it. I used to live there for 12 years, or 13 years, I'm not even sure. And, but you said the Los Angeles weather is so bipolar, and it's the same thing here too. It's very bipolar right now. One day it's warm, one day it's cold. One day it's snowing, one day it's fine. You know, it's very bipolar, but it's also kind of fun, you know? It's very unexpected, but unexpected is fun, right? And you're dying of dehydration. Well, you better keep hydrated or you're going to get cold. Like a lot of our Music Access listeners, they're all like sick, right? So don't get sick, all right, Daphne? And my favorite season, I gotta say, I like the seasons, like in between seasons, you know, like spring and fall. I think those two are my favorite. It's, you know, it feels perfect, and it's got that like really, what do you call it, sentimental or emotional vibe to those springs, like to those weathers, to those, what am I saying, seasons, right? And spring is very, you know, it's like the start of the new year, and everything's starting to get like bloom and get warm, and you know, and you listen to music, you feel happy, and fall, it's just like an emotional season. You know, you get really sentimental. You listen to sadder music. You know, it's just that time of the year. So I guess those two are my favorite seasons. All right, thank you, Daphne, for sending in your message. And let's listen to two songs before we move on. We're gonna listen to 어머님이 누구니 by Park Jin-young featuring Jessie, and Me You by Sunny featuring Baek Yerin. That was 어머님이 누구니 by 박진영 featuring Jesse and Me You by Sani featuring Peg Yerin. And you're listening to Music Access with me, Moon, of the Royal Pirates, RP. And here is the next message. It's from you, Frederike von Schroeder. Frederike von Schroeder. I just love saying that name. Frederik, send in a lot of messages. I just love saying your name. Von Schroeder. From Japan. Hi, Moon. I just finished my personality and value test for online job hunting agencies. And hey, it says I should find occupation in mass media or entertainment business. What a surprise. No, actually, I'm glad that these results came out because it's easier now to approach companies or being approached by them on these platforms. That's great, Frederike. Anyhow, I hope everyone's having a fabulous weekend. And Moon, I'm looking forward to next week's Music Access. And stay healthy, everybody. All right, you stay healthy too, Frederike von Schroeder. And I'm glad that these results came out for you. And it's exactly what you were aiming for, right? Mass media or entertainment business. And it's not a surprise because you've been working so hard in that business, right? And good luck again by your job hunting. I hope you get a great position in an entertainment business. All right, Frederike von Schroeder, send in more message because I just love saying your name, von Schroeder. All right, let's listen to two songs before we move on. We're gonna listen to 꺼내 먹어요 by Zion T and 우연히 봄 by Loco and Yuju. That was 꺼내 먹어요 by Zion T and 우연히 봄 by Loco and Yuju. All right, next message is from Akira from Japan. That's actually the name of my favorite animation, one of my favorite animations, Akira. All right, Akira. Good afternoon, Moon. I'm a big fan of RP. I'm happy to listen to Music Access every day. And thank you, Moon. And I love Buddy Buddy because Friday's guest is Yuki and Jay. I saw such a cool dance move from Moon at concert in Japan. Yes, you did. And I know Yuki performed a powerful and sexy dance in Touch Q. I have a favor for Yuki and Jay. So could Yuki and Jay have a match of dance with Captain Moon? I'm looking forward to the time. Have a sweet day. Yeah, because in Japanese concert, we had this dance time where we just, we did our like foolish dance for our fans to enjoy. And I guess you guys really loved it. And I didn't know Yuki was a powerful and sexy dancer. So I'm down to have a match of dance with Yuki and Jay. And I'm sure I'm going to win, right? All right, Akira, thank you very much for your message. And let's listen to two songs before we move on. We're going to listen to 취향 저격 by Icon and 연애할래 by 박보람. 취향 저격 by Icon and 연애할래 by 박보람. All right, next message is from Valerie from USA. Oh my God, it's you. Hi, Moon, how are you? I'm good, Valerie, how are you? It has been such a long time I've listened to Music Access, so I'm surprised you are the DJ for now. Well, I just want to say that my friend is obsessed with Royal Pirates. Your friend is wise, Valerie. I have seen your videos and I like them too, but I am afraid I will fall deep in love with you. Also, I better back away slowly. Hey, can you give a shout out to my friend Sylvia? Thank you. Lots of love, Valeria. Valerie, why are you trying to resist? It is useless to resist. All right, join me to the dark side of the force, Valerie. All right, and there's nothing wrong with falling in deep in love with the Royal Pirates. It's only gonna be good for you. All right, and a quick shout out to your friend Sylvia. Thank you very much, Sylvia, for your support and getting Valerie into us as well. All right, thank you very much, Valerie, and lots of love to you too. And send your message again. All right. All right, I'm going to read a quick one again. This one is from, it's you. It's been a long time. It's from Dark Dragon Slayer. It's from the Dark Dragon Slayer, Ace from USA. Hi, Moon. Hello, Dark Dragon Slayer. I'm a guy who likes RP too. Rock and roll has always been my most favorite style of music. I'm glad, Dark Dragon Slayer. But I am trying to learn on RP songs on my guitar. but I cannot look for tabs, nor can I play it by ear because how I learned it in the first place is by reading notes, and you can tell that I learned it visually. That's kind of interesting how you learned guitar, Dragon Slayer. No, because I learned it. Well, I just learned chords, and then I think learning it by ear is. I think training your ear is pretty important on guitar because if you learn to do that, you can pretty much follow any simple chord progressions. So what I do is when I listen to songs, sometimes I don't even have to look at tabs. I just would hear it and just catch the key that it's in. All right, and try it, because I think we don't really have tabs online. So I don't know. I could teach you, and all I can tell you is train your ear and try to follow the chords. All right, and there's usually there's a main minor or major chord. If you just find a root note, it's gonna be pretty easy. All right, Dark Dragon Slayer. I'm glad that you're teaching yourself how to play the guitar while you're so busy slaying dragons. All right, good luck slaying dragons. That's so cool. All right, thank you very much, Ace from USA, and we're gonna listen to two songs before we move on. It's Closer by Neo, requested by Milaiki from Germany, and Best Thing I Never Had by Beyonce, requested by Kaylee from France. That was Closer by Neo, requested by Milaiki from Germany, and Best Thing I Never Had by Beyonce, requested by Kaylee from France. Alright, let's listen to another song. We're gonna listen to Time Is Running Out by Muse, requested by Naeunye from Korea. Muse! Time Is Running Out, requested by Naeunye from Korea. And it's already time to say goodbye. No, you guys have a wonderful Saturday. And the last song I'm gonna play for you today is Ghost by Ella Henderson. And this has been Moon from the Royal Pirates. You guys have an amazing day, amazing Saturday. Have fun, guys. All right, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.